Avatar. 13 years. 13 years for this interesting movie. I would have to say the least. It's an interesting movie. So, welcome back to another video. We'll be talking about just, was Avatar the whole thing worth? I'll just talk about my opinions because I have seen the movie, pros and cons, just things about it, and then I'll just overall clear it up with just, my thoughts and, is this movie worth the 13 years we waited? So, just, some things that I did while researching. One of my favorite characters of the movie was the wife, because she was all about, actually, protecting her family more than Jake, the main character, which we'll get to Jake when we start talking about the cons of this movie. Because I think I might have more cons than pros. And if I'm looking at it, I'm just looking at my notes that I wrote down, just a couple notes. So, if you didn't know, the wife is actually played by Zoe. I can't say her last name, but she plays Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, so, And when I was researching this, just for tips and stuff, why did I see Vin Diesel's head ass in this, bro? I didn't remember anything. I don't remember hearing it, because if I hear Vin Diesel, I will recognize his voice. Maybe it's because of some family, everything's about family, but also Vin Diesel plays Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy, so since they're friends, maybe he somehow got credited. I don't know how that works, but it's whatever. This is James Cameron's big project. He's been trying to get this movie out for 13 years. Let's remember that. This is 13 years. And, probably a lot of setbacks. I remember this was supposed to come out, I think the first one was supposed to come out in 2020. Second one in 2020. My bad. The second one was supposed to come out in 2020. Third one was supposed to come out in 2022. Fourth one in 2024. The fifth one was 2026, which we'll get to those later, probably later in the movie. But it got pushed back. COVID was a factor. Also, just probably delays and just this whole process. And now we have the movie. It's making a positive money right now. The box office. The budget was only $250, which it was $250 mil. I think it's on $217 mil right now. So it'll probably make a profit regardless. So might get boosted to make sure that one. But let's just get into some of the pros. I'm just watching this prawn. Fucking. The pros, I have the major visuals. I love the creatures. I love how the world looked, the water, just everything about the movie looks stunning. So I can understand how this captivates audience 13 years ago, because it was the first of its kind, and it looks beautiful still to this day. I really like the world building and just how immersive you feel, especially since I watched this in 3D. Some of the side creatures, my favorite, this is a spoiler one if you didn't know, Spider, which is the human avatar, just because of the whole adventure he went with his dad, which is the Colonel and the first human, that his conscience got transferred to an avatar, and he got captured, so he was on the human side, but he never betrayed the avatars. He was, he just was there because he didn't want to get killed, obviously. He still, and made it back and stuff like that. And I also like Pycon. It's basically the whale that the middle child meets. I love him. He's the spectacle. If you actually watch the movie and the big climactic battle at the end, that would not have happened without my boy. He's the one that's, was going flapping everywhere, just saving people. And I'm like, all right, I see you. I might have been clicked out from the movie for that, but I clicked back in for my boy. And this might be a hot take, but I do like the Colonel as a character. I don't think he's good in anything he's doing. I think, Avatar people should be able to stay on their homeland, but obviously, Earth is dying, and he's just doing what it did. And he did develop, some emotions to his son. That's why, at the end, he let go of the adopted daughter that, he was trying to lose her leverage, but, it didn't work. And that's about my cons. That's about my pros. Yep, it's a lot of cons. So let's get into it. Some cons. Jake as a character. I hated the main character. At first, I made a review on TikTok, and I made another one just I'm redoing it just because I want to feel this one. And I was being nice. I was like, I don't like things about Jake. I don't like Jake. He's just a strict dad that doesn't like communicating with people. He goes my way, and he sucks up to everyone. He's like, I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt us. But then he goes to his family, meek. He doesn't actually beat anyone in the movie, but that's how it felt basically when he just force his will or force him ideas on his family. And I know he was trying to protect them, but the way he went about it with not actually communicating was like, we're doing this. And then his whole family's like, but no, but am I the dad? And they're like, yes, sir. And like, I'm like, bro, let your kids talk. This is how you get kids that don't fudge with you in the future. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't like Jake as a character. I wouldn't be mad if he dies in the third movie and his son becomes the new main character, because the son had the most development just because he caused the most trouble in this series, but in this movie. But I did like him because he actually, he didn't fully get that full cycle even after the stuff with his brother, which, spoiler warning, Jake has, I think, 4 kids. One is adopted from another human that I don't know if he did it with or just another human, but the oldest one was the son, and they were trying to escape the humans' capture, which was later in the movie, and he got shot, killed. Now the middle child, obviously he's emotional and all that stuff, and he does go and save the dad. Teaches him about the breathing techniques that they learn. Oh, actually, I'll give that a pro, just for the fact that there's the people with the different avatars. One has more like a fin tail, and they were able to teach Jake's family how to live in that society in the beach. But yeah, I didn't like Jake. I'm gonna speed it up because the movie was too long. It started feeling boring. It's 3 hours and 12 minutes movie. If you ever want to watch it, I just want to give you that. With the story also being kind of bland. Like, it's very predictable in the sense that, like, what's gonna go. Like, as soon as they start escaping, okay, they're gonna find another civilization. Oh, they don't know about this. They're gonna learn, obviously. At first, they're gonna have a montage of not understanding, and then they're gonna pick it up. And then it's obviously gonna have like deeper conflicts, and then the humans gonna come and find them. The humans gonna attack. Oh, they're gonna fight the humans again. They're gonna beat the humans. But like, they're not. But then that's what annoyed me. That's why I didn't like the ending, which we'll get to that shortly. But there's also confusing scenes. Like, the main thing that I noticed was the adopted daughter. I can't say any of her names, so that's why I'm just saying it like this. She had a seizure because she's half human and half avatar, and she connected, her connected thing to a jellyfish and caused her to get a seizure. And the whole scene talked about how if she connects again, she has a possibility of having a seizure and dying. And she does it 5 more times in the movie. I'm like, what was the point of that whole scene? And she just does it again, like it didn't even affect her. What was the point? And there's another one that, like, the Tokon, which is the whales, were killed. We got like a 10-minute video about how they were killed by the humans that were helping out the colonel. And I was like, just to get some substance, I'm like, okay, bro. I mean, is this about to be important for the third movie? Like, are you like trying to building? But like, it just feels like it's just pushing this movie nonsense. There's a lot of more confusing scenes. That's just the top 2 I remember on top of my head, but yeah. And then the ending was bad, just for the fact that we start the movie off with Jake fighting the colonel and the humans with his avatar people, and then he's like, okay, I don't want to risk my people being hurt, so I ran away. And then at the end of the movie, he's like, let's fight. And I'm like, bro, that's what you're doing at the beginning. I mean, I know he has a new determination that he learned that he can't run, but like, wasn't that how you were? Like, Jake did not develop at all in this movie. He just felt the same. Like, maybe it just annoyed me. He annoyed me personally. Oh, just like, damn. Yeah, there's a lot of cons. And we still have 3, 4, and 5 coming out. Not coming out, but they're on the plan. So 4, if I can check, let me check real quick. I think 4 is coming out in 2024. 5 will come out in 2026, and 3 will come out in 2024, 4 will come out in 2026, 5 will come out in 2028, which I still don't see why we need any more Avatar. I'm just saying. Overall, I personally don't think this movie was worth it. I think the hype was way too much for it. It's pretty annoying. Not annoying. I understand the masterpiece. If you maybe watch the first one or this your type of thing more, you probably enjoy this. But just for me, was not it. If I'm rating it, a 6.5 out of 10. Honestly, I don't think it was worth all this wait. 13 years is a long time. It's a long time. Like 13 years. Hold up. I think that's when Iron Man 1 came out. Oh, well, okay, a little. Iron Man 1 came out a year before that, so 14 years, but still, you have to remember, every MCU movie came before that. every MCU movie was coming in between that time. That's just not worth it, in my opinion. It does not make me happy. Like you have to remember the first Thor wasn't even out when Avatar came out. So yeah, I mean, in conclusion, was not worth it. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, watch one of my NBA videos. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. You know, and if not, see y'all in a bit. Peace.